Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. This is Hamza Noor, and in this video I'm going to answer question number 5 of International A-Level Edexcel M1 January 2022 paper. So it says that a particle of mass mkg rests in equilibrium on a fixed rough plane under the action of a force of magnitude x Newton. The force acts up a line of greatest slope of the plane as shown in figure 3, and the plane is inclined at an angle of alpha to the horizontal, where tan alpha is equals to 3 over 4. And it says that the coefficient of friction between the particle and the plane is mu. And here we have two conditions basically. The first condition is that when x is equals to 2p, the particle is on the point of sliding up the plane. And when x is equals to p, the particle is on the point of sliding down the plane. Both conditions are of limiting equilibrium. The particle is not actually sliding, it is on the point of sliding up or down. So here the friction would be maximum, the friction would be mu r, F lim F max. So we need to find the value of the coefficient of friction, the value of mu. So first of all, we are going to mark all of the forces over here. First of all, we have the weight of the particle, which will be acting vertically downwards. This will be mg Newton. And here we will have a normal contact force of r Newton. And the weight of the particle mg will have two components. One component is perpendicular to the plane, which will be mg cos alpha. Since this angle is alpha, so this angle is also alpha, and the component which is along the plane, it will be acting towards down along the plane. This will be mg sine alpha. Okay, so first of all, what we can do, we can find the exact values of cos alpha and sine alpha, since we know that in the question we are given that tan alpha is equals to 3 over 4. So first of all, we are going to make a triangle, a right angled triangle, in which this angle will be alpha, opposite side is 3 and adjacent is 4. So hypotenuse is actually under root of 3 square plus 4 square, which will be under root of 25. So hypotenuse is 5. So therefore we can say that sine alpha is equals to opposite over hypotenuse, meaning 3 over 5, and cos alpha is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse, meaning 4 over 5. So we have found the exact values of sine alpha and cos alpha. Alright, so according to the condition number 1, when x is equals to 2p Newton, the particle is on the point of sliding up the plane. Okay, so when the particle is on the point of sliding up the plane, so the friction, the maximum friction, F lim, F max, mu r, would be acting downwards along the plane, since the friction is against the tendency of moving. So according to the condition number 1, mu r will be acting downwards along the plane. So according to the condition number 1, we are going to make the equations over here. So first of all, if we resolve the forces perpendicular to the plane, so we can say that r minus mg cos alpha will be equals to 0. So r is equals to mg cos alpha, meaning r is equals to m multiplied by 9.8 multiplied by 4 over 5. Here we have r in terms of m, which is 4 over 5 multiplied by 9.8. R will be 7.84 m. And now what we are going to do, we are going to resolve the forces along the plane. So when we are considering the forces along the plane, so we are going to say that x minus mu r minus mg sine alpha will be equals to 0. Since the particle is not moving, it is on the point of sliding. So we are dealing with a case of limiting equilibrium. So sum of the forces will be equal to 0. Sum of the forces acting along the plane will be equal to 0. So therefore, in this case, x is equals to 2p. So 2p minus mu r, and r we have already found in terms of m. So r is 7.84 m minus m multiplied by 9.8 multiplied by sine alpha, and the exact value of sine alpha is 3 over 5. And this whole thing is equals to 0. So therefore we can say that 2p minus 7.84 m mu minus 5.88 m is equals to 0. Here we have the equation number 1. So according to condition number 2, what's going to happen is that the particle is on the point of sliding down. So in the second condition, the mu r will be acting up the plane. Okay, since the friction is against the tendency of moving. So according to condition number 2, it would be x plus mu r. Since x and mu r will be acting in the same direction upwards along the plane, so x plus mu r minus mg sine alpha will be equals to 0. All right, and in this condition x is equals to p, so p plus mu times r would be the same, which is 7.84 m minus m multiplied by 9.8 multiplied by 3 over 5, and this whole thing is equal to 0. So therefore we can say that p plus 7.84 mu m minus 5.88 m is equal to 0. So if we make p the subject, so p is equals to 5.88 m minus 7.84 mu m. Okay, so we have made p the subject according to condition number 2, and we are going to substitute this into equation number 1. So here I'm erasing the working on the top in order to make some space, and I'll be continuing my working with black pen. So 2 times p, meaning 2 times 5.88 m minus 7.84 times mu times m, and then minus 7.84 times mu times m, or you can say m times mu, same thing, minus 5.88 m, and this whole thing is equal to 0. All right, so 2 times 5.88, this is 11.76. So 11.76 m minus 7.84 times 2, this is supposed to be 15.6. So minus 15.68 times mu m minus 7.84 mu m minus 5.88 m, and this whole thing is equal to 0. So what we can do over here is that we can simplify the terms. Okay, so 11.76 minus 5.88, this will be 5.88. So 5.88 m minus 15.68 minus 7.84, this is supposed to be minus 23.52. So minus 23.52 times mu times m, and this whole thing is equal to 0. So therefore 5.88 m is equals to 23.52 times mu times m. So as we can see that m and m are cancelled out, therefore the coefficient of friction is 5.88 divided by 23.52. So 5.88 divided by 23.52, the coefficient of friction is 0.25. This is supposed to be your answer, and this question is worth 8 marks. So therefore the coefficient of friction is 0.25. So this was question number 5 of International A-Level Edexcel M1 January 2022 paper.